and welcome to the Salmon FM, and my name is Mitchell and this is my financial rescue save. Now, I did promise you guys I would be doing the Cardiff City save, and yeah, here it is. I did, as I said a couple of weeks about last week, I did start playing Botafogo again, but because the Brazilian league is so long and winded, drawn out, it's like I figured I'd start on the next project. So yeah, here it is, Cardiff City. It was more of a personal save with Cardiff. I started it off being unemployed and starting with the process, and then they kind of offered me the job interview. I took it after they offered me the job, and then I looked into the club's finances, and yeah, I figured at the time I'd stop straight away and I would put it as a part of the financial rescue series, purely because of the state of the finances the club are in. There's a few things on here that I haven't seen on Football Manager in a couple of years. That's possibly because of the clubs I've been at, but yeah, so let's dive in. If you are new around here, don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe. Growing the channel is obviously the main aim before we all head off from furlough. So yeah, here we go. Let's jump it straight into it. And as you can see, Holton takes charge at Cardiff. So here we are on the 31st of October. So I have taken it a couple of months in, and the home game is against Birmingham City in 2 days' time. Now, a little look at the finances. So literally the first thing that screams out is we are at the end of the month. So this is obviously where we spent all the money this month. And loss this month is 3.5 million. The overall balance is 7 million. The club is currently spending £512,000 a week on wages, yet the wage budget is only 390,000. So, as you can see, it is screaming out to be sorted. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to this challenge. I think it might be a bit difficult trying to attract the players in on a shoestring budget, but yeah, we'll see what we can do. So, yeah, looking at the net debt is basically 72 million. It's just shy of that. Transfer debt is 2.5 million. They're currently paying 105k a month, which isn't too bad in the grand scheme of things in terms of the overall repayments. But yeah, it's just that gift loan that doesn't look too good either. So there's no repayments on that yet, but when the chairman leaves, he's going to want it. So the idea is to have enough money in the bank when he does leave. Right, so I haven't done this on the other ones, but I just wanted to show you a little what I do when I start a new game, especially when it's my own personal game. I always start myself off with a playing experience of international, but I never give myself any coaching qualifications. I like the aspect of actually going out there and doing that sort of thing. So, yeah, I just figured I'd show you that, guys, because I don't do it. I don't know what you guys do. I don't know whether you start with everything and not, or whether you start with nothing. Like when I do a journeyman sort of save, when I'm going around Svingo, which I'm toying with an idea of doing a east to west save, where I'd start over in Australia with no qualifications and then work my way over to America, going through Europe and Africa. I might have to look at downloading some databases for that, and I've got to really weigh up the time what I can actually spend playing it. But yeah, that's something for a later date. But yeah, so yeah, just I thought I'd show you a little bit of that. So yeah, another look at staff, and if you guys are returning, then you'll know that I like to focus on the staff. If you are new here, you've got to look after your staff, guys. You've got to make sure you've got the best coaching staff in the league. Keep bringing them in. So As we can see, I've got 2 spaces and an assistant manager space left. I'm not overly great. I'm not overly happy with the standards, so I'd probably get rid of all 4 of the staff that I've got, maybe even the head of youth. I'll have to see. So here are those people. So I've got 2 fitness coaches, 1 normal coach, and a goalkeeper coach. So yeah, we're definitely going to need to do some work here. I think I'll focus on originally. I'll see what the fitness coaches are actually like, and if they're not good enough, then I'll move them on and get a better one in. And yeah, I've got to focus on getting some defending and attacking coaches in. Okay, so a little look at the squad. The squad itself is very much overpaid for what they are. We're not going to dwell on that. I'm going to have to get some people out the door as quick as possible. So, yeah. So this is what the club wants me from the vision. They basically just want me to fight bravely against relegation. So, yeah. Right, so we've jumped ahead a couple of days, and this just shows you how bad the club situation is actually in. Within a few days of me being there, they sold the youth facilities because of the financial situation. They then told me that they're close to administration. So this club is in serious trouble financially. And they even, just a month later, the board has to invest a cash injection, which it's baffling, it's shocking. But yeah, so according to them, we are going to pass the financial fair play, but that's purely probably because of the cash injection that we were given, because it was just under that threshold that they're allowed. And then another month, well, almost 2 months later, we've got the rubbishing talks of Cure consortium takeover, which on one hand we need, but on the other hand we wouldn't lose the debt because we would owe Vincent Tan 50 million. Oh, apologies, this is wobbling all over the place. So yeah. Right, let's have a little look at the FA Cup. And in the FA Cup 3rd round, we drew Aston Villa. Villa. So, yeah. I had this down as a defeat. I ain't going to lie. I generally thought we would lose. No hopes for it, but fortunately, we managed to get ourselves 2 penalties. And Robert Glatzel finished both. So that took us to a replay at their place, which we got the 1-0 win. Mr. Gavin White nicked the goal. So yeah, pleased to progress in the FA Cup. Obviously it brings in some income, doesn't it? And next up was Portsmouth at home, which we managed to get through again. Nice 2-1 victory, and moves us on to the 5th round, where we drew Leicester and beat them. So there's me thinking, wow, we're really struggling in the league, and we're doing one in the cup, so could we go on a cup run? No, it was ended in the quarter-final against the Manchester Reds. Can't say the natural name, can we? I might get sued. So yeah, I wasn't too disappointed. Getting to the quarterfinals is massive in itself anyway. So, yeah. We'll move on from that, shall we? And let's have a little look at the schedule. Now, this schedule is from the start of the season. So, before I took over, so if you remember, my first game in charge is the Birmingham game down here. Now, it's no surprising, well, boy, the previous manager got sacked. No wins. And just 6 draws. But yeah, so we did lose against the Blues. We did manage to pick up the wins against Bristol and Charlton, and then we just continued the losing theme. So shall we see how we ended the season? So I've reversed ordered it now. So we started picking up a couple of results, and we had a great little run at the end of the season, which did secure our survival. There was one game on there which was just out of shot. That was the whole game, last game of the season, and it was a 0-0 draw. But yeah, so we survived in 19th spot, and it brought in a little bit of prize money. But I wanted to have another look at the finances because we've dropped quite a lot of the debt, but I think that is purely because of selling the youth sleeves. So I've really got to work on getting them back. But yeah, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult. So, as you can see, we've got an overall balance of 23.2 million. That means nothing at the minute. If you think Vincent Tan could pull the plug whenever he felt like, boom, we're back even further in debt. That overall balance is gone. But if you have a little look over on the right hand side, you'll see that my stupid ice cream man. You'll see that my wage budget has gone up to 556,000. That has increased because I made a few dealings in the January transfer window, sold a few players, and then tweaked the old adjust budget. So it brought it in. So with a few people leaving next year, well, at the end of this season as well, you can see that the committed spending does actually then drop another 100 grand because of people that are moving out the club. So yeah, a little look at the transfers before we wrap things up. Over on the right hand side, you'll see that we managed to move Lee Tomlin on for 6 million. That was the main bulk with Greg Cunningham that afforded us the ability to adjust the wage budget so we could get it down. So I know they were two quite important players to the club. They brought in some money though. That was the main thing. Lee Tomlin had just come back from an injury on here, and I weren't in the market for seeing if he can integrate. It was, you know what, he's not going to play, he's getting on a little bit, let's just get him out the club, sell him on. And Greg Cunningham, he came to me after Crystal Palace made a bid, and he wasn't happy that I rejected the bid. So I told him that he could leave if they made an acceptable offer. And I managed to get him to 6 million up front. So it wasn't all a waste. But yeah, I did bring in Andre Gray and Yedlin from Watford and Newcastle respectively. Basically just to bolster up the team, and it worked a treat. So they both chipped in with goals and both chipped in with assists. But yeah, so okay, that was just it's a quick brief one because obviously we joined in a couple of months into the season. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what I can do with the Cardiff save, see where we can go. And I don't know when the next one will be out. It'll probably be next Saturday. Because this one is going also out this Saturday. I'll probably make it next Saturday if I can. If I can get it out sooner, then obviously I'll get it out sooner. But yeah, I'll look for next Saturday, and I'll make the Financial Rescue Series a Saturday thing for the time being. And yeah, Union Berlin, obviously we finished Season 2 yesterday. So yeah, I've got a lot to do with that. Season 3 is Season 3 is done. I just need to finish off the recording and the bits and bobs for that. So yeah, so I'm going to leave you there, guys. Thank you very much for checking out the episode. I hope you enjoyed it to an extent. Obviously, it was a little bit brief and a bit jumped forward so much, but that's how it has to be in these sort of things. But yeah, if you got any comments, don't forget to hit the like button. And like I said, if you got any comments and things you want me to do different, things you want me to try, then obviously by all means let me know in the comment section. But yeah, hopefully the channel can grow, hopefully it can get a little bit better. Peace out, guys. See you all later. Bye bye.